Hello and welcome to my channel. Today, as I promised in my stream about a week ago, I would be doing the side stories of Doki Doki. Now, I have played Doki Doki through the whole way, not the plus version. I know with the plus version, I'm pretty sure there's a few extra little bits. I'm not entirely sure if that's true. I didn't look in for any extra details first, so it's just all a bit of like shock value. Obviously, I know what happens, the main story, but today's video isn't about that. Today we're really focusing on these side stories. It says here there's 6 of them, so we'll do maybe 6 videos. I'm not really too sure about this. Maybe this will unlock afterwards. I'm not too sure, but we'll figure it out. So we're going to start with this first one. Let's do it. I did read that these side stories go a little bit more into each of the girls' kind of past. And how they got to the literature club in the first place. So that'll be pretty interesting. Here we go. I'm pretty sure this one, I can't remember who was on the first one. I'm pretty sure I saw Monika. Was it? I'm pretty sure I did. I think Monika's one is mainly the end where there's actually a 7th one. There she is. Lovely stuff. So I like reading it, but I read really fast. So I'm going to try and do it a little bit slower just because I stutter when I read out loud. So let's just hope everyone else can read. Oh, okay. Who's the first one then? Let's see. I have a feeling I know who it is. If I remember the little picture at the beginning, I should know who it is. I know that when in the main storyline, if you're streaming or recording or anything like that, you do get a bit of like a kind of like a jump scare. I've obviously when I first played it through, I was not streaming. I wish I had because good God, I knew it. I love her. As you can tell from the background, I love her. Um I love it. I just love her. um I know from the story. I'm not too sure where I was going with that. I got a bit distracted. We love it. I really do wish there was more kind of like options for her. I remember when I first played it through, I was like, Googling everything, to find out, like, not to put any spoilers for anyone who hasn't played it. I was really hoping there's a way to not let the events happen and maybe have a different path for her. Unfortunately, there was not. So maybe if there is that extra little bit with the plus, there might be another option where, it wouldn't happen, but I very much doubt it. But I guess we'll figure that out when we stream. The main storyline will literally be all streams. That was really bad wording. But these side stories is really what I'm gonna focus in. Oh, we love this. I love her. Oh, she looks so sad. I was mentioning the jump scares. That's what I was doing. The main story has that little kind of little jump scare thing. I'm not too. I doubt any of these would. Fingers crossed. I'm very bad with jump scares. Aw. Aw. Okay, I actually kind of feel bad for her, even though, you know. uh, oh, okay. Okay, I thought she was. I thought she was gonna be a little bit of a bitch. It's good she didn't. Okay. She's just so sweet. Like I really trying not to say anything that's too spoily ish. But I just wish there was something. I just wish there was more, you know. I think she has to be one of my favorites. Her and I don't know, when I first played it through, I really loved Iori. I loved her. But then on my second playthrough trying to get like different endings, I wasn't it just wasn't it, you know? I wonder if it will kinda will it follow her when she goes home? Would maybe we might find out a little bit more about her and kind of why she did what she did, or would it follow her? I have a feeling we're gonna follow her though. I cannot pronounce her name to save my life. I have tried and have been bullied on it, but that's okay. I love it. I love it. Okay, but like when you're kind of like looking at it from this point of view, Monika just seems perfect. She just, ugh. I kind of wish I hadn't played all the way through the way I did. You know, I wish I could have started from the very beginning with Plus, but just so you can kind of have a much more kind of different experience without knowing some of these like undertones that you're gonna face when you do play the entire story. But again, but that was what was that stutter? But then again, it happens. Okay, so you didn't follow anyone. Okay. So is it we're just watching conversation? I was kind of hoping we'd get into a little bit more about. I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, but sorry. Sounds like I'm saying sorry in an accent, but that's okay. Oh, and she's still late. Okay, okay, so it doesn't change. Huh? Poem. I love it. Whoever like kind of wrote these, just amazing. I should really look into it. I feel like it'd be really interesting. I wish I could write poetry, but I cannot to save my life. Oh, that was my dog falling off the bed, I swear. What? I don't even know if that'll pick up, but it happens. So wait, she says she hasn't been happy with anything she writes, but yet Saturday Literature Club. I struggle, but that's okay. We love it. I guess like part of my whole personality is just stuttering and not being able to say words. It's like a dramatic version of me doesn't agree with the person I want myself to be. Oh, okay, that is very interesting. Hmm. It's kind of a bit of a spoiler for anyone who hasn't played through. I'll put a timestamp when I do stop talking about it. It's kind of weird. We're seeing this whole like different kind of like a complete opposite side of Monika. Kind of like when you do play through the whole story, you know that she is quite self-aware that she isn't real. Um, she's very self-aware about it, in fact. And when we're like going through this, it's like again, it could just be the facade she put on when you do first start the main story, but I don't know about how she says she didn't have that much confidence in her writing, and I don't know. It's very different. Um, so maybe I don't know. I can't. I know that they're not. I know they're completely separate from the main story, but it's just interesting to see this like completely other side to her, and I'm honestly not too sure how I feel about it. Because when I picture Monika, I think of this that that person you see when you get like your first main ending, the Monika ending. Um, so it's kind of difficult for me to kind of like wrap my head around this. That there is this other Monika, basically. It's such a good way to learn about other people, you know. I wonder if we'll get any dark undertones for what could potentially I know I'm saying potentially when I know what's gonna happen, but just for, just, to kind of trick my brain into thinking I've never played this before. Hmm. I I don't know why I thought that was this. I love her. Like, I love her. Okay, so this is interesting. Not too much of a spoiler, but the fact that she says this in particular natural disaster, when you think of that, it's normally something bad. So that's pretty interesting. I wonder if we'll get a little bit more about that. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I would love that. Cupcakes. I like it. I like it. See, we're trying to like get other characters involved here. We love it. Of course. But that's a good idea, isn't it? Hmm. She looks so concerned. And she just looks so like serious but yet confused at the same time. Kind of like in those I know this is awfully vague, but there's I can't remember the name of it, but there's this particular anime I'm thinking of, and there's a character that I swear is giving the exact same expression as her right now. I know it's super vague. It's probably a very like what's the word? I can't English. Like an expression that's used a lot, but still, it's just reminding me so much of it. It's not really giving me the energy though that like that I should from what they're talking about, you know. But then again, I know Monika isn't supposed to come off as a very confident character at this point, and you can kind of see that as well when you do start the main story that she isn't too confident in her abilities anyway. I like I'm just breaking down this character. Like what? She's supposed to be doing this to me. And for people reading books, that could come off as very um you could be put on a watch list. I don't think I get it. Like going into school, finding people who are reading books, like in the morning or during lunch, and then we tell them to check out our literature club. Why can't I say that word? I don't know. But that's okay. Well, the problem with that is like, well, wouldn't most people reading books just be doing it for an assignment or something? How would we even know? Why did I put even? How would we know if they're reading just for fun? We could ask them. We're not even gonna put the in there because I say it enough. Then we'd be bothering people who are trying to do schoolwork. I didn't think about that part. I'm sorry. Oh, I love her. Can you tell? Okay, see, we're getting that kind of sweetness again, and I really like that. You're coming up with a lot more things than I can. Oh, your next idea is to hand out flyers rather than just put them up on the wall. I'd definitely like to start doing that. Oh, just I just want to put her in my pocket. You know, I'm going to put her in my pocket. I don't care. I actually wonder. No, maybe that's too much. I wonder if they make Funko Pops of these guys. I haven't seen one in my local GameStop, but if anyone else, please let me know. I'd be very much interested. I have currently no Funko Pops, but I would love to start collecting them at some point. I'm also trying to slowly fill up my room with posters, so them too would be great. I never said you weren't. I just need to think, what would we tell people when handing them out? I just don't want to be like, join the literature club. Let's figure out how we can better engage people. What if you told them about the club's activities and stuff? What club activities? Yeah, I guess that's supposed to be my job to come up with that, right? Okay, now she looks concerned and like the right expression for it. And I love it. She just looks surprised that Monica's even like engaging, I suppose. A vision for the club. Okay. Pretend you're a normal person for a second. Wait, I didn't mean to like wow. I didn't even read it coming off that way. Like a random passerby who's getting a flyer. How would you react to the idea of the literature club? I love her. Look at her. The artists did such an amazing job with like literally everything. I love it. Probably like literature club is stupid. I just can't. I just can't with her. I'm joining the anime club. Same. What the? Sorry, I was thinking of a friend of mine. Oh, that's us. That's us. Ahaha. Okay, but what if we said we do group readings and discuss it together? I would probably nap to that. Same, and I love to read. Yeah, but that doesn't really sound fun to most people anyway. We really need to catch their interest, you know? Ugh, same. This sucks. Why is it so hard? Monica. I I just I don't know. I really don't know if I have like a proper feeling about Monica, whatever, like at all. Like I just don't know how to feel about her. Oh, she looks so concerned, and she's just back to being whatever this is. Don't be sad. What do you like about literature? I just can't say the word. Me? No, the other person in the room. Well, kind of what I said about the poem earlier. I think it gives you a chance to express yourself. Like, express yourselves in ways you can't normally do when you're just doing your normal day, like talking to your friends. I mean, we all have so many thoughts and feelings that we just don't get to share, you know? It's like intimate. I like it. And so does Monica. How do we get that across to people? We could, like, express your true self. Be intimate with us. Questionable. Okay, thank you. I'm just kidding. I'd hope so. Oh my gosh. What is it? I forgot all my things in my classroom. Yep, that's in a nutshell. I must have gotten too excited and rushed here, silly me. Rushed but weren't. Never mind. Do you want to go get your stuff then? I'll forget if I don't do it now. Well, I'll wait for you then. It'll only take a second. I'm surprised I haven't stuttered yet. Poor Monica. Make new friends. We love it. Discover a new you. Ooh. Discover your heart. No. Write your heart out. No. Write into your heart. Write the way into your heart. Join the literature club. Write the way into your heart. But it's something important. On the way, there's a girl reading a book. Reading a book? Let's hurry and recruit her. This sounds like a cult. Wait, are you sure she's not just doing homework? I could tell she's really into it. Guess we could take a look. Monica grabs one of her flyers and stands up from her desk. I'm kind of intrigued if it isn't like a real club and it was literally just Monica from yesterday. I'm reading too much into it. Ignore me. Who are we going to meet? This way, you don't have to run. Oh? See, in here, Monica's peers through the window. There's a girl sitting alone, intensely reading a book. Oh, sorry, intently. I feel like a creep doing this. Same. You should go inside and talk to her. Me? You're the president. I would probably scare her away. I can see that happening. Okay, fine, I'll do it. Monica takes a breath and timidly enters the classroom. Who is it? Is it Yuri? I have a feeling it's Yuri. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Why? What happened? Well, I entered the class and she didn't even look up from her book. It just kind of left a flyer on her desk and then walked. Oh wow. Okay, you should be embarrassed. Please be embarrassed because I'm embarrassed for you. But I'm sure she'll see it and want to join the club. I hope so. Shall we head back now? Lovely. Technically, you couldn't call and counter, could you? Perhaps. They discuss various different things, recruitment tactics from professional to silly. After going through Sayori's list, and with Monica coming up with ideas of her own, the two end in a better spot than from where they began. Here it is. We love it. Well, I would say today was pretty productive, wasn't it? Yes. Or, yeah. I think we're starting to make progress. I can't wait to get some new members. Hey, what's this? Nah, don't mind that. I was just thinking to myself. That's so cute. I love her. I just want to, I just put her in my pocket. I thought it was a little over dramatic. I don't think you give yourself enough credit. Like, we're just seeing two different sides of Monica, and I really don't know which side is her anymore. Like, obviously, the Monica ending, not saying anything more about it, don't worry, was true Monica. But, I can't help but feel something else. Would you call yourself a perfectionist? I definitely am. See, we're getting undertones. We're getting undertones here. We love it. It's like I can't accept anything less than that. But I think in the end, it helps me try my hardest at everything, so I don't think it's that bad. Like with this club, we have so much opportunity to make it into exactly how we envision it, but it feels like we only have one shot at it. I'm really afraid of deviating from the vision. What's the vision? Ooh, she's thinking. Oh, she doesn't even know. Hmm. It really is quite interesting to see that, like, they were, well, they are close. So it does bring up so many questions I have. And again, they're not connected to the main story. There shouldn't be any kind of missing pieces from the main story that you're going to find here when you really think about it. They're completely separate. It's literally just to give you more insight into the characters before the literature club became the club. Um, but it's just interesting how we are seeing those kind of little subtle hints about some of the stuff that could happen depending on the ending you choose. Really gonna make this the best club ever. The only sound is the steady whisper of air conditioners. The only movement is the afternoon sunlight trickling its way in and out of the moving clouds. I loved that. If anyone didn't know, I am an absolute sucker for reading. I love writing. I do it in my spare time. And I would absolutely love if I could just think of that sentence and write it down and say I did not yoink it from somewhere else. That would be a dream, but I cannot write. I can, but it's just not good, and I love it. That's why I guess I love these visual novels so much. Is they're just perfect, and then especially when you put in this element of like things that kind of mess with your head. I just love it. Time to go home. You tell me you're the president. In that case, today's meeting is officially over. I look forward to tomorrow. Now, we didn't have any clubs in my school at all. We had, we all obviously had, sports, but they'd be on particular days after school or even on Saturdays. So maybe this is kind of, obviously, this is not based in America at all. Um, but I'm curious, would clubs be something that would happen every day, or because as far as I would have thought, it would be like kind of maybe once or twice a week. I wouldn't have thought they'd be every day. But then again, that's me. I'm from little old Ireland. Things are done very differently in so many other places. You can go ahead. I need a few moments still. Oh, I can wait. That's alright. I just wanted some alone time. In that case, we love it. Good luck. She hasn't prepared for self-regulation by reflections. I just can't. But she decides there's something she probably need to do right now. The club I need the most. I don't get it. I wanted to start a club with more passion, something that I could use to lead people to happiness. Literature is the key to that. It's only because it's the window to the real person inside of us, underneath the person who's forced to smile and blend in, the person who's forced to be perfect. Huh. Interesting. Oh? Okay. I I thought we were gonna get some self awareness there for that split second. I felt my heart drop. Thank you for not doing that. I would have absolutely screamed. To sorry leave this behind. I do hope it doesn't have her homework in it. Poems. It's a folder of poems. Become the flower. A feeling of joy is a flower plucked from the ground. The color of the scent, it's so pretty in my hair. Every day I pluck some flowers as though they grew just for me. A lifetime of peace and nourishment yanked away in an instant, all for me, all for joy. I need more joy, I need more happy. Undertones, here we are. Pluck, 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 every day. Pluck, pluck, pluck. So pretty in my hair. Pluck, pluck, you're going to die, and you too. Oof, interesting. Beneath my feet, a flower stands alone. It beckons me. I twist the stem, freeing it from the clinging roots. Carelessly, the final joyous moments between my fingers. But to what ends? I look in every direction. The field I stand in, this the prosperous field, a barren wasteland, the fruits of my labor, the carnage of my joy, and that is why I've decided I must become the flower. Okay, so first read, it's just a poem. When you really kind of like think about it, and when you've done with this whole kind of main story, not any spoilers, there's a lot of undertones in here. We love it. I think it's very interesting, and again, I wish I could have done this whole thing before even knowing the main story fully. I think it would have been great. Wait, hold on. She figured something out. Okay, so that was her first one. I love it. Now the question is, does that does in fact unlock part 2. So, I would like to continue on to part 2, but unfortunately we are going to leave it here. I will definitely do part 2 very, very soon. It will definitely be the next one out. And of course, if you're interested in the main story and to see if there's any little bits in there that isn't in the free version of the game, feel free to check it out on my streams. I also have a Discord server that I will be putting in little updates of when I'm going to be streaming next. I'll have all of that in the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And if you have any questions or any kind of requests, let me know and I'd be happy to have a look-see at them.